Hey there, YouTube. It's been a while. McFlurriez here. So, I just felt like uploading a cool video. Here we're playing Final Fantasy XIII-2. Actually, the fight in the DLC with Lightning is pretty interesting. So we're just gonna head in there, and I can have some fun on the big screen. As you notice, I got 160 fragments. That was quite fun. It's actually a lot easier to get a platinum in Final Fantasy XIII-2 versus 13. So here we are. We're just gonna head over to the DLC.
Time and memory.
These loading screens. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa, buddy, relax. Okay, so here we are at here's everything for the DLC. Basically, you have a whole bunch of levels that you can set. Each new level gives you either new stats, more stats, HP, attack, magic, or new abilities and new roles for your new paradigms. So we're going to do a little bit of a challenge. We're going to set it to level 6. See, there's still a lot of fun things I like to work with here, different abilities. One thing I like to work with is Sorcerer. Caius is really useful, and it makes the battles a lot more fun, so we'll go ahead and do it with that, level 6. Okay, so the battle's going to start. As soon as you get in there, always remember to cast Aura right away. That's turns on haste as well as attack, faith and bravery. So that's plus attack, plus magic, always good. And see here, he had the Ravager on, so expect him to do some ravaging attacks. I usually wait till his first attack before I start attacking myself. Sometimes here you'll notice the auto attack isn't really the greatest. Blitz would have more use if there was multiple targets. So often try to, if you're attacking, sometimes I usually prefer to use the abilities myself instead of using auto attack. That could be helpful. So when you're trying to use a Ravager to get him to be staggered, stick to I believe this one is called Shaman. If you can, it's a lot more powerful than Mage. Well, yeah, and it has a little bit of attack and a little bit of magic. But if you notice here, every time he snaps his fingers, like that, Caius is about to do an attack. Okay, so the trick here is to quickly switch over to Knight as fast as you can and just turn on her block. So as you notice, after every 2 sets, I quickly go ahead because you can predict it. And if you use Immortality, you take no damage. That's the whole key versus not having a medic. So as you saw there, I just casted Chaos. Whenever you stagger Caius in his first form or second form when he's Bahamut, go ahead and cast Chaos right away. These debuffs will help you. If you cast Chaos during the battle when he's not staggered, the chances of them actually taking the status ailment is like slim to none. So just do it when they're staggered. It'll work 100% of the time. Although sometimes he does have some, depending if he's on Commando or Ravager, he is immune against different debuffs. But for now, he's not immune against Deprotect and Deshell, so we're good. Right there, I just missed the stagger finish. So I believe level 5 or level 4 will give you Smite and Scourge, and those are the finales when they're recovering from stagger, whether they're launched in the air or on the ground. Those do a lot of damage, okay? So always try to aim your attacks so that you attack right at the last sliver when he's recovering from stagger. You'll always do tons of damage. And I usually do it, but I missed it this time. So now I'm back at Shaman and just building up his stagger gauge as usual. So guys, if you don't get 5 stars on the first fight, you can't do the second round. So be sure of that. You have to be quick and you have to take these guys out efficiently. So I got Legion of 1 here, her Feral Link. I usually like to save it for a good moment, either when they're staggered or when they're about to die, just for a good finish. Just for fun. But there you go, there's a Caius again. This time he has D Brave and D Faith, not D Shell and D Protect, so let's go on here. Keep taking him out. Make sure, always try to launch him as quickly as possible. So I'm using Legion of 1 here. Yeah, kind of memorize the analog stick, that way you can just go ahead and go straight into it. Because you don't get that much time to react if you don't know it. It's left, down, up, and then down and X. It's not too hard. He's hitting the healer stance now, so you gotta take him out quickly. I remember I was trying to time with the stagger. But see, the problem there, I just missed it. The thing is, lightning attacks really fast. So try to time it as best as you can. Have a full gauge with like 1 or 2 seconds left on the stagger, and you'll get it, and you'll do good damage. So I lost my aura there, so always throw it back on. You can use Mighty Guard if you want, but it's just going to slow you down. You probably won't get the 5 stars because you need to be quicker. Once he goes to Commando, guys, always remember, be ready to switch into Knight, like, instantly. So you see there, I just switched into Knight, Immortality, and then once you're in that position, wait. The minute he attacks, there's Eye of Bahamut, I go right back into Shaman and keep throwing some damage on him. Make sure that stagger gauge doesn't go empty, because you lose your chances on that. Switch quickly into Knight, quickly into Immortality. See that? Blast Wave at a low health, he usually does 2, one after the other. Be wary of that, don't switch too quickly. Then just keep going on the offensive. Switch back. Knight, Immortality. See, I'm always ready to go back and Shaman the instant he hits me with damage. So that's key. In Ravager, you're okay. You can take his damage because it's not as bad as in Commando. He's trying to stagger you. So here we are at second stagger. Of course, Caius first, followed by launch into the air, and then just go right after him. I should be able to finish him in this stagger, actually. Yeah, won't even need to smite or Scourge on him. And there you go. Okay. So if you get 5 stars, which I did, you're going to head over to the second fight. So you can see that right now. And you need to beat the second fight in order to see the final cutscene at the end, which explains a lot of the storyline. So if you can't do it at level 6, you can do it at level 7, 8, or 9, or 10. Okay. So here we are. Remember, guys, start off cast aura. Very important. You don't want to fight this if you're not hasted. It's just going to be a waste. Also remember, never go straight into a Ravager role like Shaman or Mage. You always want to hit them first with a Commando attack. The reason being is because the stagger gauge is instantly going to drop. You haven't really got any solid Commando damage on them, so just remember that. Pretty important. As you also notice with Bahamut, you can kind of predict when he's going to do some attacks. He has both resist wind and resist lightning. I usually don't like it when he does resist wind because resist wind is usually the more efficient one, and so I've noticed. But in this case, you have to stick with lightning and deal lightning damage until he switches out of that. So, as you notice here, I'm managing to block all of his attacks. I threw a Legion of 1 in right away, just because he has a lot of health to go. You might as well use it now. And refill that Feral Link gauge. So, he's going to shoot an Ignis here. Even right now, even if I missed Immortality, don't feel afraid to go into Knight, because you still get the Sentinel bonus. right? So if you notice earlier, the damage goes from like 150 to 15. So it's even here. I missed the block, but it's still a lot safer. So once he's in this mode, he's going to do attacks maybe about every 2 full bars of hasted ATB gauge. He'll hit you with one of his blasts in this form. So you got to be quick. Throw 1 or 1.5 shots in there. There's 1.5. Switch to Knight. Go to Immortality right away. Most of his attacks do damage. If you see a Mega Flare, you have to be in Immortality, or you're going to be destroyed. So there's a Mega Flare. See, I already saw it coming. The Mega Flare only does damage at the beginning, and after that you have that old Razafraz at the end. You can go ahead, switch right back into your next position, or sorry, your next paradigm, and you know, just go ahead and keep attacking him. Try to get him staggered. As you notice, I first hit him with a Paladin attack, and then I went to a Shaman attack. Always do that if the stagger gauge is dropping too fast. Okay? Yeah, so here's Shaman. And he's going to be staggered soon. The nice thing about Shaman is that those Windstorm or its Blade Storm at the higher level, it does a lot of after damage and after stagger build-up, so it's good. As you see here, he just got these debuffs flying all around. But yeah, so of course Chaos all the time. Now you see he has Deep Brave, Deep Protect, D-Shell, and try the other one now. D-Faith, there you go. Yeah. So you can just go ahead. Continue the same pattern. You won't even need the elixir if you work it out like this. You do have 1 elixir and I think 4 potions. If you follow this strategy, you probably won't need any of them. I didn't. And there you go, there's a smite. So those are like pretty useful. They do good amount of damage, so try to time yourself. It's worth missing a couple seconds of attack if you get one of those in. So now we just head over to the same strategy. There you go. See, I didn't block Knight that time, but the Sentinel bonus was pretty good. And just follow the pattern here. So he's almost done. He's got less than 50% of his health bar. Yeah, see? Right away. Switch straight back. Okay, so I switched to the Knight. I didn't get the Immortality that time, but once again, Sentinel bonus, very important. I got Legion of 1 ready for me, so I'm going to use that probably near the end, just because we got a lot of stagger left and the health bar is less than 50%. Okay, so you guys all know this form. Switch to Knight. There you go, see? Just waiting for it. Shaman, Knight, or if he has Resist Wind on him, Mage Knight. And just go ahead. Same pattern. See? You can see it straightforward. So, like, don't try to, like, just push some extra attacks in there. You'll be fine. It's better to play it on the safe side, block all his damage. There you go. I think the next one's going to be a Mega Flare. Usually has 2 or 3 shots before the... There you go. Figured. So, I got Immortality just the second before that Mega Flare hit, so that was pretty lucky. You gotta be quick on these things. The good thing when he switches back from that Metamorphosis is he actually turns off his Resist Wind, Resist Lightning. So you can get some shots in here depending what he's not resistant against. I usually go straight for Shaman after that Metamorphosis. And here, here's a little bit of a stalemate. I know he's going to attack, but I'm just going to wait. There you go. See, make sure you look at the stagger gauge, okay? If you can't wait it out, don't wait it out. Okay? So he just resists lightning, good for us. We're going to go ahead and stagger him out. And there you go. Okay, so once again, Chaos. And then we know what to do. Okay, got a little bit of a hit on us. I missed my aura. Always had to have aura on. Doesn't matter if he's staggered or not. Always useful. Okay, we can probably finish him off in this run. Okay, I figured I'd throw Legion of 1 in here just because I was getting a little pounded over there. Okay. I love this final. It's great. Okay, he can lose his dagger. We didn't get any smiter scores, which sucked. We could have probably done some good damage on him, but what are you gonna do? I think we can still finish him off right now. Oh, and I didn't realize that, but he was actually immune against those attacks. Just switch to Knight, hold him off. Don't worry about the stagger gauge right now because it's nowhere. And switch to Mage. Go ahead, get him with Lightning. Yeah, you can see those attacks coming. Just switch her up to Knight and get Immortality ready. I missed this Ignis for blocking, but once again, Sentinel bonus, always good. Okay, so you know what the rule, what to do here. Just go ahead, switch Knight Mage, or Knight Shaman. Paladin in if his stagger gauge is going too low, and just repeat until he does a Mega Flare, and you can handle him from there. See, so like he was getting a little low, so at that point I used Paladin, so I can just stop his gauge from going faster, and then next shot I'll go back for a Ravager position. Or of course, when you're down, Immortality, and there's another Mega Flare. So once again, play it safe, prepare for the Mega Flare, and you can switch out right after the first attack, and there he is. So, okay, so you get 5 stars for both battles, so that was pretty good. And there you go, guys. That is the DLC fight on level 6. And see you again in another video.